Alright, so I asked for deck suggestions for Standard 22 in the subs Discord last night, and I was linked this, what I can only assume is about to be a glorious dumpster fire. So, we've got Cody the Voracious Codex, who I really loved playing in Brawl, but we haven't played outside of Brawl. So this is a 1/4 for 3 that says you can't cast permanent spells. And then you tap it with 4 mana to make 1 mana of every color. And then it says the next spell you cast this turn, you exile cards to the top of your library till you find an instant or sorcery spell with lesser mana value. You also cast that spell without paying its cost. So we've got a bunch of things at the top end of our curve here that are kind of expensive that work well with Cody. We've got some extra turn spells. We've got some Lorehold commands you could cascade into. We've got things like Dragon's Fire and Rip Apart to stay alive. We've got some expressive iterations for some card advantage. So I have low expectations going into this deck. I'm hoping Cody can get on the board at least once or twice and maybe do something sweet for us. We tend to play 2 different types of decks on this channel. We play, decks that we're looking to optimize and be competitive. And we play decks like this. They're just kind of neat, How was the Pioneer set? It was fine. I don't know that I'd say it was particularly... I don't know that I'd say it was bad, but I also don't know that I'd describe it as being particularly good. Alright, chat, I lied. We're gonna win our very first game. Just gonna put this sweeper over here. Alright, so this is second red, this is second white, this is second blue. Oh no. Oh no! Well, that's rude. Alright, I can still play this for 5 next turn, right? So we'll do this. And to throw this in the corner. Pass. Part where they play Skycleave Apparition and then make us big sad. Big sad, chat. Big sad. Alright, so the correct play is Alrund's Epiphany. The fun play is cast this Cody. We're not here for a long time, chat. We're here for a good time. I fully think Magic Arena is ready to have with Jumpstart Historic Horizons, Magic Arena is ready to have a historic or a pioneer that we have so far format, basically. Is that lethal? They get 1-0 in haste? So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And then the last 4 is 20, right? Because it makes a 4-1. So 5, 9, 13, 16, 20. Okay. I believe I have mathed correctly. Did you hear that shit? If you listened really closely as we activated Cody there and won the game, you could hear thousands of wild cards cry out in pain. You just have to know what to listen for. Oh, could you do this before Historic Horizon? Have you no shame? Yeah, I mean, Dragon's Fire is like early interaction, right? We can keep this. I want your opinion on what do you think of vaccine passes like NYC is doing. I don't know exactly what New York City is doing, but I think expecting people to provide proof of vaccination to participate in parts of society is a good thing. And anybody that has a problem with that or think that it infringes on their rights is a fucking idiot, because you've been required to provide proof of vaccination all while growing up for school and lots of other things. You just weren't paying attention because, again, you were a fucking idiot. Guy's gonna make a 4-4. And we'll save this one. I'm trying to do this while they're tapped out here. One thing that's kind of sweet about this deck is our foretell cards are actually surprises. Because, like, we have Doomskar, we have Epiphany, we have Starnheim Unleashed, so we have a few different ones that do different things. Ew. As a bar, they play their 6th land and take 2 time walks in a row. Alright, so they're dead. They were dead without the land because of Lorehold Command, but we'll cast the Epiphany because of Epiphany. Alright, we beat white aggro, and we beat blue-red dragons. Alright, so I think I gotta stop the YouTube video here. I'm gonna stop recording so I can post 100% win rate. Cody deck, did we break it? Question mark. Here, I should mulligan this. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It still isn't a legitimate title to say undefeated, did we break it, like you did something special if you win 10 games in a row. 10 games in a row is an incredibly small sample size. I would just like to correct something I see in chat, because I've seen multiple people say it. America won't go back into lockdown. If you think America went into a lockdown at any point during the pandemic, I would heavily encourage you to break outside your bubble and learn what happened in other countries that actually had lockdowns. At no point did any part of the United States experience an actual lockdown during COVID. Some stuff closed and you like couldn't eat inside the Olive Garden, so I know your life was inconvenienced. I believe you were inconvenienced and your life and how you lived changed a little bit, but you didn't experience a lockdown. Soren, thank you for the 23 months. Welcome back. I live in Florida and those 6 days the beach were closed was rough. You were deployed. Yeah, I mean, like, nowhere, no cities or anything locked down, though, engineer. Like, there are places overseas that, like, had actual, like, military enforced lockdowns. And, like, had actual limits on, like, how far people could go from their homes and such. Alright, so it kind of feels like we're super far behind, and I have to just YOLO here. Like, dividing by 0 a Goldspan Dragon doesn't sound particularly profitable, so I think we just do this and hope we make 2 Angels here. That'll do big. Come on, give me a frowny face. Give me a frowny face to click on, Magic Arena. Damn. I wanted a frowny face so bad, chat. Bool Asha, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Is there a reason different streamers use different overlays? The untapped one is nice, but others, when you mouse over the card pops up. The untapped overlay does that. The reason why people use arena overlays that aren't untapped is because they don't realize untapped exists yet because it was second to market. Cardboard Live is pretty crappy and slowly updated. But it was the first to market, so people were using it, and people are creatures of habit and haven't all changed yet. Kill this one here. Yeah, you might need to refresh the stream if you were here for the Magic Online segment. That's a Twitch thing, though, not the overlay. Well, Doomskar to hand, Cody to bottom, Unsummon to exile. We'll do this, we'll unsummon this. We can go Pathway into double Foretell next turn. This means I have to bolt to cast Doomskar for the second wipe, but I think that's correct. Yeah, Twitch is funky when you change between things. Alright, so we're taking 5 here down to, we're taking 6 here down to 14. We're bolting down to 11 with the Lorehold Command, and this will stabilize us nicely. So, need second white to cast this. Honestly, a lot of why this deck is winning is just because Doomskar is really good right now. This could very well be a concession, Starnheim. If we draw something else to play this turn... Nope. Alright, so we'll Starnheim this turn for 2, and then next turn we can Emeria's Call for 2 more. Crunch. Our Jeskai control deck actually seems okay. Cody wasn't terrible the one time we drew it, but the core of just being a Jeskai control deck seems pretty decent. Man, even when this card is bad, it's still really good. I might see them just hammer a Paladin class here to play around this Doomskar. I'm getting a little greedy here. Maybe I should just 2-for-1 this Doomskar, but... They could just, like, re-equip this Maul. They did not, God bless. Remember when I said Doomskar was great? Pepperidge Farm remembers. It just doesn't interact with the board at all, and it's missing blue mana. This is missing white mana, but it doesn't have any white cards in it. Yeah, I agree, Televangelist. The way the threats in this deck line up is very reasonable with the format that we have at the moment. Well, whatever that noise was, the, what's it called? RTX voice did not get it. A little bit of hum in the background. I mentioned yesterday we have some people out back doing some work on our yard. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this, because I think there's a good chance they don't have anything else we can kill with this anyways at only 3 damage. Yeah, the RTX seems to be getting a lot of it. It's doing its job. It might be right to hold up Divide by 0 here in case they have like a 5-mana Planeswalker. They do not, God bless. I think this is looking like a spell this game. This first Divide by 0 confined in environmental sciences. Yeah, RTX voice is a piece of NVIDIA software. Yeah, it doesn't. used it as a marketing tool, it definitely doesn't depend on their RTX chips. They were just doing it as a way to try and get people to upgrade. It's a little scummy on their part. We're just making some birds. I think we're just making some birds. Sure. The noise suppression is now off. Hear that humming noise? The noise suppression is now on. If you have an air conditioner or something running at your home, I bet you can't hear the difference. And if you don't have an air conditioner running at home and you couldn't hear the difference, I don't know. My volume might be low, I guess. It's not that loud. It's like a low vibrating. Yeah, headphones probably make it more pronounced. Easier to hear in those. So this is land number 8. I think we're just working our way up towards... Oh, this scries. We're working our way up towards this plus divide by 0 in the same turn, so that way they can't sweep me right away. We'll just do this again now. This might be a draw 3 here at this point, right? If I Helix it into turn, they need... What is 4 more cards than you in hand? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do this. I play a land. I'll have 2 left. Yeah, the RTX voice filtering out the voices of women and children is a good example of how you create how bias in your data sets creates issues in your products. Yeah, you have no control over the frequencies. You literally, the configuration options are literally just, is it on what level percentage do you want noise suppression?
My children wrench their hands. My power is for annihilation.
But I'd wager significant amounts of money they just tested their software with a bunch of dudes. hand, library, exile. I guess Cody's pretty likely to die here. We could do this, and then I could throw both of these in the corner too. Well, just like, you'll often hear bad faith people or stupid people say things like, well, a computer can't be biased against people. It's a computer. And it's like, well, your computer could definitely be biased if you taught your computer what it's supposed to be doing with biased inputs. So, you're right, computers are objective, but computers also give you output based on the input that you give them. Alright, so how many lanes do we have here at this point? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is land number 10. Can we set ourselves up to, like, Angel Time Walk, double Angel Time Walk?
Envy the strong, for they consume the weak. Subservience will be rewarded.
You want Doomskar into Time Walk? Yeah, that's probably reasonable. Definitely reasonable.
Aren't I the generous one?
This card's so dumb.
My will cannot be denied.
So they're dead, right? We do this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10. This is 11. So I get to play this tapped. I get to attack for 2. I get to do this. I get to do this for X's 2. Attacking for 12, kill you. Yeah, that's just such an awful gameplay pattern. Oh, Alrund's Epiphany. Really, I really wish they'd just stop printing extra turn spells. Are we the baddies? Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. Extra turn spells, you have a clause so you can't take 2 in a row. I can see that. Maybe that makes them a little bit better. I don't know, still pretty offensive. Red source. Red source. Swish. Hold up divide by 0 here. Goldilocks since the 2.5 years. Officially been subbed to you for more months than years I've been alive. Glad Twitch hit me with an ad, so I had the reminder resub. Watching you play Unite is making me want to switch. Unite is so much fun. Been loving every minute of it. It is coming to mobile in September, so if you don't want to pick up a Switch, you'll be able to jam once that happens. Okay, so again, just to highlight, I think the optimal play here is probably Lorehold Command something. The fun play is Expressive Iteration for a land and then play Cody, though. So hand, bottom, exile. Don't you do it! Don't you dare take my Cody out like a piece of garbage! You take your trash master and you leave him at home. Excuse me? This thing gets gas when it gets to start popping off. Go. We are not the bad guys because Cody is the anti-hero. Yep. See, chat, Cody is too strong. All they can do is concede. Cody's putting people in the trash can all morning. Taking them out like yesterday's junk. Had nothing to do with Epiphany and everything to do with Cody. See, you understand. You get it. I would like the record to reflect that Cody enabled us to cast Epiphany when we did. It did ramp us. Just for those of you that want to be down on my boy. It's for the Prime Admin. And good games last night, by the way. I posted 3 of our matches to YouTube this morning. Had some good ones in there. You have a Clarion Spirit. So, I think I want an iteration here. Could be wrong, though. This is my discard-proof hand, chat. The old 2-pair. I want to do this. Okay, so I mean, like, we're on the stall to double Epiphany plan, right? Can our divide by zeros drag us kicking and screaming across the finish line? The wiggly hand animation is comical. Just the big right out in front of you. So they know about these divides. We're pretty far off of a sweeper. Not only do we not have them, we don't have any white mana in play yet. With a 13 here, how much pressure are they putting into play? This seems incredibly good for us. It's for the follow swoosh. Like, them adding no additional power to the table seems like exactly what I wanted for Christmas. Yeah, maybe they have a Redain in hand too. I think we bounce Elite Spellbinder now. Since they elected to fire up Faceless Haven. So we're hoping to draw any land next turn or untapped land the following turn. How about it, Cody? Hey, congrats, Zentoth. Hope mom and baby are doing well. If we can dodge an apparition, we can dodge a ball here. Morning card, don't shoot. The old mousing over Cody, trying to see exactly what's about to happen here. Yeah, if we hit a land to get to play the Epiphany out of hand, like, it'll be a real big game. Yeah, I would love to just draw, like, straight lands for the next few turns here. So I could cast this technically because Cody filters. I think we're supposed to do this though. I think that was correct. Sick. The shield means we cannot Dragonfire the Haven. Unfortunately. Well, we can, but we shouldn't. Thanks for the follow, Swoosh. think we just do this. Just go super wide here so we can't lose by mistake. Have you heard about my indestructible birds? Do-do-do-do. These angels are not vigilant, so I think we just pass here. This is probably GG. It's gonna give us a bunch of vigilant ones. Apparition is very bad against us if we don't have exactly Codie. That is correct. Mr. Photon, do I have a game selected to follow up Uncharted 4? There is a Uncharted Lost Legacy that I think I'm just going to play the whole series straight on through. And then after that, I don't have anything specific lined up. I have a list of games that I purchased on sale at various points, but no exact plans which of those I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do something that has melee combat as opposed to another shooter. I like to break up the types of combat that we have. Nah, the variety games are such large commitments, I'm just picking if we don't have a donation. I have heard good things about Batman. I have played God of War. It is excellent. Attack with the Vigilant Angels. No, this is preventing 1 damage, chat. From all my stuff. Now they're dead though. We've won an unreasonable number of games. We did end up trying Biomutant. Biomutant was one of the few games I haven't finished. Yeah, there's a couple of videos of Biomutant up on the YouTube channel. It's just kind of clunky. There were a lot of neat ideas in Biomutant, and none of them were executed particularly well. Yeah, just the core of this deck being a Jeskai controlled X felt very good against a lot of what we've been playing into. The Epiphany plus Starnheim Foretell package is good against the black control decks, and then Doomskar is excellent against all these creature decks. I want to just murder the Monk of the Open Hand here. Just keep the pressure off for a little bit. We could foretell this on 2. Interact on 3, perhaps. Alright, never mind. We're killing this on 2. We want to get set up to make 2 angels on 5, I think. Or we could just do that. Got it. Change of plans. Pivot. Pivot. Magic's easy, chat. Just draw the cards you need. Feels like they need, like, Goldspan Dragon or Showdown of the Skulls to really get back in this. Okay. There's a Showdown. Go ahead and murder this now while they're tapped out. Batman and Tomb Raider are both good games. I'd also say Final Fantasy 15 is okay. It's worth watching a trailer. Yeah, I'm told FF15 has similar things to FF7R, but a little bit less refined, which sounds okay. Yeah, I don't mind Spider-Man style stealth. Oh, I didn't realize this gave haste. Should have read their card. Reading is busted, chat. And they could recast this next turn if they wanted to. Huh. So let's do this as a tapped land. So do I just Starnheim hold up Divide by 0 here then? You think that's the play? I think we're dead, right? Yeah. Yeah, the big burst. I shouldn't have killed their Lumimancer at sorcery speed. I should have held up Divide by 0 so I didn't get punked by the haste card, I think. We said they needed Showdown to get back in that game, and they found it, and it did. Any game I haven't already purchased on discount, I don't intend to play until I'm through everything on my backlog or unless someone donates for it. Listen, chat, I'm a real adult gamer, okay? Are you even a real adult gamer if you don't have a backlog of games to play that you've purchased but haven't started yet? Favorite Switch games? A lot of the games I play on Switch are like outside of Unite are mostly with stuff with the kids. I don't know what Frog Keymith is. Oh, no, I don't think that card's very good. It just ends up being like bad. It ends up being bad, what's it called? A bad mono green deck, basically, that you can play that card in. It's not particularly worthwhile or exciting. It's for the 10 months, Tawazurg. So I can do this on their turn and still divide by 0, so I think that's fine. So this mana doesn't have to be spent on instants and sorceries. So I could do this, cast this, and then double foretell. Is there another 2 mana counter? Math. Oh, that's so good. It would have saved us from a counter spell. It's nice. I think I just bounced one of these paladin classes, right? I don't really want to. I guess giving them a treasure is still net negative mana, huh? What decks do you recommend you check out? Are you looking for a tier 1 deck or just something sweet? Help me help you. What drives you to play Magic the Gathering? They are also a Doomskar deck. For people asking about the types of variety stuff I do, largely single-player story-driven games. Unite's kind of an exception to the type of content I typically make. And then we're dead, right? They double activate Paladin class for lethal? Or they just Lorehold Dragon? Yeah. Good shit. It's hard to be too upset, because, like, we're epiphanying people, too. It's just always toxic, no matter who's casting it. Let's go with a sweet deck. I like Abzan Venture. If you're not familiar with my YouTube channel, there's a lot of really well-organized content up there. I'd encourage you to just kind of flip through the Standard 22 playlist on the front page. I don't keep track of losses while we're playing because they're not meaningful. If you care about statistically insignificant sample sizes, you're welcome to check out the, what's it called page, the Untapped page. Should have it all up there. I'm gonna just take my 2-for-1 on this before they hit me hard. Poker face, poker face, my. My life total's low enough that I need to do this before they hit me. This Reef is gonna spend more time in their hand than not. Kind of a weird build of mono green here. Yeah, the RTX voice is not catching the humming while I'm talking fully. There's nothing I can do about that. I would venture to guess that's probably them cutting bricks. They're putting in a paver block patio in the back. There's a little bit of hum, even when it's not talking to. I can do this all day, opponent. I can do this all day. We spent most of this game playing Time Walk over and over. No, I haven't even gotten my Time Walk yet. I really don't understand why Unite doesn't just have shiny versions of all the Pokemon available for purchase as skins. It seems like such low-hanging fruit to just let you pay a premium to recolor them. There's fear in my dojo chat. I don't want to lose my Cody. Well. Alright, so we're all wrapped up here. The Cody deck been good? Yes. Very reasonable. Jeskai control, more specifically, has been very reasonable. Near is alright. The gameplay wasn't bad, but it also wasn't, like, particularly interesting. I feel like my assessment was kind of on point, where, like, I don't think the gameplay was bad, but I'm also not sure that it was good enough or unique enough to be worth playing Magic online. If that makes sense. It depends, Fat Butters. Depends on how much pressure the Divide by Zero decks are playing, basically. Like this deck, for instance, right? Like, I'm not running people out of the game while I Divide by Zero. Favorite deck or archetype in Modern? Yeah, Kiki. I'm a Kiki Chord main. If you look up on my YouTube channel, there's a playlist, and we played Kiki Chord 5 or 6 times to start doing Modern again. If you're newer to me and my content, before I was a full-time content producer here, I drove/flew around the country playing Kiki Chord in too many Star City Games opens. Used it to qualify for 2 of their Players' Championship tournaments. Like, I think if Pioneer was available on Arena, I would definitely have it in my content rotation, but I don't know that I'm going to play it again since it has to be played on Moto. I am in fact the owner of a Kiki Chord NFT. I mean, it would have been impressive if Kiki Chord got worse as a deck. It had a lot of room to grow. I assume Cody's about to eat a Prismari Command or something here. The blue-red deck. Oh, yeah, the fairies deck, the fairy wizards. Do enjoy me some fairy wizards. This is only in this game. I do have an unnatural love for spell stutter spray. Awesome, Bert. I actually posted a session of 3 Unite games to YouTube this morning. I think my plan for Unite content is to do more direct to YouTube stuff and less live stuff. It's hard to coordinate 5 players together during the day when I'm live, and doing solo and double queues is just like not satisfying in terms of gameplay. I much prefer playing Unite as a 5-stack. Usually MTG Goldfish is the quickest to have new cards added to their deck editor, but this whole spoiler season's just been kind of a cluster, so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have them yet. So I think I'm supposed to just take this hit, because it could be a Dragonfire deck, and I don't want to block and then have this die to a deal 3. Yeah, we have a very active Unite channel in the Discord server. When I'm looking for people to play, I ask for folks in there quite frequently. Our draw is not lined up here particularly well. What's going on, Ghosty? Doing alright. Magic's getting ready for rotation here in about a month. Been playing a bunch of Pokemon Unite. We're going to be starting Uncharted 4 this afternoon. Tiro, thanks for the follow. They have like a sweeper here. We're probably just dead. And like tempo this thing for a little bit, but I don't have a real answer to it in sight. They have a lot of spells in hand. I mean, okay. Extra Unsummon's actually a pretty decent draw. If this was their best play this turn, there's a chance it's their best play next turn again. So I think that's a little bit awkward as the way our land plays have played out this game. I don't have second blues, so Alrund's Epiphany. Not Rip Apart. Well, Rip Apart does 3 damage, so doing that to their 5/5 seems not great. Hey, awesome like it is. Yes, signups are open for the next Toglandia Open. It's going to be August 21st. Amazonian will be covering that event with me. I'm going to add that link to my website and tweet it out. Make a note of that. Howdy, Daragaz. I've got a lot of angels. Angels in the battlefield. It's a shame all our tokens died to Shadow's Verdict, though. You have like a deal 5 plus a deal 3. Or just nothing left worthwhile to get. This does not seem particularly good. It's a sorcery as well. I guess they could like attack with their dragon if they wanted to. And then I can't block. Yeah, sure. Take 3. And they're going to play the 5/5. No? Yeah, I've been told that Uncharted 4 is the best in the series by a number of people. So I'm excited to see that one. And that doesn't surprise me too, because it's a newer title. Newer games tend to have better core game design. Alright, I think I've been Alrund's Epiphany enough for the day. Let's move on to some historic, I think. To wrap on this before we move on, the core of this deck actually seems really good and competitive. And believe it or not, the Cody Voracious Codex part is not part of that core. So I think just actual factual Jeskai control is probably something worth exploring in this format for sure. Some amount of the blue dragon, the desert or whatever you want to call it, could be an okay permanent base card advantage and stuff like that. Yeah, planeswalkers or desert dooms over the Codies could be reasonable. Maybe some other cheap bottom end stuff like that, for example. Yeah, planeswalkers surviving Doomskar seems real. Mordecai Den is a very real card. I don't know how. Is it Mork? I don't know how to spell his name. Whatever the blue planeswalker is, the very real Magic the Gathering card. Yeah. All right.